WBRZ Sports with Corey Rowland.
I've been trying to come home for a long time, and last year had some conversations and determined that I really didn't want to play anywhere else. I had a couple teams that were reaching out. All teams that made the playoffs, and I just couldn't see myself wearing another jersey again.
To say that Jimmy Graham's homecoming on Tuesday was shocking is an understatement. The Saints legend hasn't played football in over a year, and most of us thought that his contract was going to be for a day so Graham could retire a Saint, but it's not. Jimmy still wants to play at the age of 36, and while it's unsure how much he could give this Saints team, Graham is happy for the opportunity to be back in the black and gold. In Graham's first 5 years in the league with the Saints, he was on a path to the Hall of Fame. Seriously, the guy had 51 touchdowns and almost 5,000 yards in 5 seasons. That's unheard of for a tight end back then. Years later, Graham is still shocked by the trade that sent him to Seattle back in 2015 while being excited to be back home.
A bunch of teams had reached out last year, and I talked to Jimmy Sexton and just made it clear that if I don't retire with the Saints, then I wasn't going to play again.
That's a record. Graham has got a touchdown.
Jimmy Graham wanted to end his career with the Saints, although the way he left still stings a little bit.
For me, it was pretty shocking, honestly. I thought I would never leave this place, and obviously it's a business. This league's a business, and I woke up to the part of the business that hurts. So for me it was very difficult, but I didn't know I was going to a Super Bowl contender. At first, yeah, it was very difficult because my connection with Drew, as an older brother, and all the people in this building, it was a family. It was definitely a difficult time for me.
Jimmy believes he's more mature now than his first stint in New Orleans, wanting to bring his leadership and experience to this Saints team.
I'm one of the few, I guess me and Cam, that go back to, to some of the original guys that are hanging up, right in front of us. Will Smith and Jonathan Vilma, Marcus Colston, Drew Brees, man, all these guys that brought, special moments here, and truly I understand what that culture was like. I think I have a lot of knowledge to share there, and obviously I'm feeling better than ever. I'm still 6'7", and I like the red zone. So.
Oh, Jimmy certainly liked the red zone back when he played for the Saints, but let's take a look back at what could have been. After Jimmy got traded to Seattle, his production certainly dropped off. He had more yards, touchdowns, and receptions with the Saints in 5 years than he did with the Seahawks, Bears, and Packers in 7. What would these numbers look like if Graham just played a few more seasons with Drew Brees? Hopefully we will see some more Jimmy goalpost slams come this fall. As far as Saints training camp, they will take off tomorrow before putting on the pads on Monday.